covers the rise of the imperial treasury and the accumulation of unimaginable wealth from conquered territories across 3 continents. Emperors built massive underground vaults beneath the capital city to store tons of solid gold coins and priceless artifacts captured from foreign lands. For centuries, this vast fortune funded grand spectacles and massive military campaigns that expanded the borders of the superpower. However, as internal corruption grew and barbarian tribes gathered at the frontiers, the safety of the imperial horde began to crumble into chaos. The reigning emperor realized that rival factions and invading armies were rapidly closing in on the capital city. Secret councils were held in absolute darkness to decide the fate of the sacred treasure before the walls were finally breached. Trusted generals drafted an extreme emergency plan to transport the entire fortune across treacherous terrain to a hidden sanctuary. Heavy iron-bound wooden chests were packed tightly with gold bars and precious jewels under the strict surveillance of royal guards. Every soldier involved in the operation was sworn to total secrecy under the penalty of immediate execution if they spoke a single word. As enemy war drums echoed in the distance, the massive convoy of heavily laden wagons prepared to slip out through a forgotten tunnel. The first phase of the Great Exodus was set in motion just as the midnight bells tolled across the tense and terrified city. Follows the secret convoy as it departed the capital under the cover of a pitch-dark night. The heavy wagons creaked dangerously under the immense weight of the gold chests, while royal guards scanned the darkness for enemy scouts. As they crossed the rugged river valley, treacherous weather struck with sudden fury and muddy floods slowed their desperate march. Whispers of betrayal spread among the exhausted soldiers, as whispers claimed that enemy spies were tracking their exact movements through the mountains. To protect the secret location of the sanctuary, the commanding general altered the route and led the convoy deeper into the uncharted swamps. Disaster struck when the lead wagon broke through a hidden sinkhole, plunging the guards and countless chests of gold straight into the dark abyss. Panic erupted among the remaining troops as the unstable marshland began swallowing the heavy cargo before their very eyes. Desperate attempts to haul the treasure back onto solid ground failed as the thick mud closed over the last gleaming metal bars. With enemy war horns sounding closer by the hour, the survivors were forced to abandon the sunken treasure and flee for their lives. Decades later, modern divers and historical researchers returned to the exact coordinates to recover what the swamp swallowed centuries ago. Every single expedition faced inexplicable equipment failures and eerie atmospheric disturbances that forced them to retreat empty-handed. Local folklore warns that the spirits of the fallen guards still patrol the murky waters to punish any greedy soul searching for the imperial gold. Explores the modern search and the lasting mysteries surrounding the legendary sunken treasure. Decades after the fateful night in the swamps, historians and professional treasure hunters dedicated their lives to finding the exact location of the lost convoy. Advanced sonar scanning equipment and underwater drones were brought to the remote river valley to map the shifting, muddy depths beneath the surface. Despite using cutting-edge technology, every team encountered sudden technical glitches, compass failures, and unexplained electrical blackouts whenever they neared the supposed site. Local fishermen often reported seeing strange glowing lights hovering over the marshland late at night when the fog rolled thickly across the water. Anthropologists studying the region recorded countless folklore stories passed down through generations warning outsiders never to disturb the resting place of the imperial horde. Some conspiracy theories even suggest that a faction of loyal Roman guards managed to retrieve a portion of the gold before the swamp claimed the rest. They allegedly transported the remaining wealth to a secret underground tomb hidden deep within the neighboring mountain ranges. However, no concrete archaeological evidence has ever been found to support the existence of a secondary hiding spot. The true fate of the Roman treasure remains locked beneath layers of thick mud and centuries of unsolved historical secrecy. Modern researchers continue to debate whether the gold is a real lost artifact waiting to be discovered, or merely a captivating myth born from the fall of an empire. Subscribe right now to uncover more hidden historical mysteries and lost treasures every single day. Dives deep into the ultimate legacy and the ongoing scientific investigations trying to solve this historical riddle once and for all. Modern archaeological teams have started utilizing satellite imaging and ground-penetrating radar to analyze the ancient geological formations of the entire river basin. Geological surveys reveal that the river valley underwent massive tectonic shifts and severe flooding over the last 2,000 years, which completely altered the landscape. This means the original path taken by the secret convoy might now be buried dozens of feet beneath new layers of silt and sediment. Independent historians have spent years translating newly discovered Roman military journals housed in archives across Europe to find hidden clues about the disaster. Some of these fragile documents hint that the emperor deliberately spread false maps to deceive rival factions into chasing phantom treasures in the wrong regions. Meanwhile, treasure hunting enthusiasts continue to fund high-risk underwater expeditions, despite the overwhelming history of bizarre accidents and eerie encounters reported by past divers. Local authorities have strictly prohibited unauthorized digging and diving near the protected wetlands to preserve both the fragile ecosystem and any potential archaeological artifacts lying beneath. As new technology evolves, researchers remain hopeful that a breakthrough discovery might finally rewrite the history books and reveal the truth behind the lost Roman fortune. The mystery endures because human curiosity will always push adventurers to search for what was seemingly lost to time forever. Subscribe right now and hit the notification bell to never miss another deep dive into history's greatest lost secrets and forgotten empires.